Disassociate and realign. Now, I'm sure that you have all have heard of this concept 1,000 times. I get it. But it just so happens to be that tomorrow is the first day of 2026, and we all have goals, we all have ambitions, we all have these things that we want to accomplish, but we did last year too, or at the beginning of this year, and we did at the beginning of 2024 and the beginning of 2023, and so on and so forth. Excuse the train. But there's a reason that we continue these habit loop cycles. And one of the biggest reasons, if you ask me, is because our dopamine receptors are so addicted to everything around us that we can't enjoy and focus on the things that we want to really achieve, our goals, our ambitions, all of these things. We're scrolling, we're watching things that we shouldn't be watching, we're talking to the wrong people. We try to focus, and then a week later, we're looking for the next hit, right? Days later, months later, whatever the case may be, and ultimately it's bringing us back to square zero even though we think we're progressing. And I'm not saying that we haven't progressed through these years, we haven't gotten better, but ultimately we haven't gotten as far as we want to. And there are people who make jumps in a year, there are people who make jumps in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, but the people who make that jump in 1 year make a clear difference, and it's with their focus, with where they aim their attention at. They don't scroll, they don't talk to people that they shouldn't be talking to, they don't watch things that they shouldn't be doing. And I'm not saying that they're perfect or that they're so or that they're aiming for perfection, because I don't think anybody should be aiming for perfection necessarily. I think you should be aiming for the best, but not necessarily perfection. But I digress. I think that they aim their attention at the things that they're trying to accomplish, at their goals, at their ambitions, at their dreams. And that's the accelerator. So that means going MIA for a little bit. Friends might not hear from you for a little bit, family might not see you for a little bit. But at the same time, it's like, this is what we have to do. What is 6 months in 10 years? Nothing, right? It's not that big a deal. And it's a sacrifice that needs to be made. What else do we need to do? This could mean deleting social media, getting up web blockers. This could be a plethora of different things. For me personally, I've already deleted my social media. So no Instagram, no Facebook, no whatever. The only app that I have right now is YouTube, for the sole purpose of posting videos. And same with people. I do work, I do have a job, and I do see people on my job, but I'm focused on what I'm trying to accomplish. And outside of that, I'm silent. Again, I'm only posting these videos because it is my duty to serve. And I know somebody is going to watch this video and resonate with it in one way, shape, or form. That's why I'm posting this. But outside of that, it's just time to go MIA, go quiet, write out a plan, and stick to the plan. Two main words that we have to live by during this time is intention and congruency. You have to be intentional about your actions, about your plans, about what you're setting yourself out to do. And you need to be congruent, which means you can't keep going back and forth with yourself. If you're going to make that plan, if you're going to make an intentional plan, you need to follow the plan. Because as somebody, and I'm sure a lot of you guys can resonate with this, I expected perfection in everything that I did. And when things did not go the way that I wanted them to, or I did not see that perfection in my work or in the results didn't show, I felt like I was the problem, and it would set me back mentally. And that's just not the case. And to my point of that is, we need to make plans, stick to the plans, but don't expect perfection. 80 80 20. If you are going to do 80%, or you if you're going to give 80%, give 100% of that 80%. The 20% we can be okay with. But anything past that, okay, that's another story. There's a car headed straight at me right now. You can go anywhere. Dang. I'm on a parking garage. But why not this year? And I know we probably said that last year. Maybe even the year before that. But you also didn't have a clear written plan. You also didn't have the lessons that you learned throughout this year to be able to get you to this point. Tomorrow's New Year's. Tomorrow is 2026. And it's not like it has to be the same story over and over again. But you got to disassociate. You got to get away from the things that you are used to. You have to make an uncomfortable difference in your life. Again, this could be cutting off friends. This could be getting rid of social media. All these things in combination are going to put you into isolation, and it's going to force you to figure something out. And I wouldn't recommend doing this if you don't have a plan, because what's the point if you don't have a plan? You know, what time are you going to go to the gym? What time are you going to wake up and go to bed? What are you going to eat? What skills are you going to work on? Etc., etc., etc. What are your financial goals? What are we doing within this time that's going to get us closer to our goals? Again, if you don't have a plan, there's absolutely no reason that you should be doing this, because it's going to be a waste of time. But it is key that you disassociate from everything, quiet the noise, because there are people that you told your goals to who have such high expectations, right? And now your expectations are just to please them. We don't want that, right? It could be the people and things that you see on social media that are just fogging your brain. You pick up your phone for no reason, right? You call people for no reason. You do a lot of things for no reason. This could be when you're bored or whenever, but these are the little things that are blocking your attention span from being able to focus on the things that are important to you. And I just wanted to make this video quick and easy, because this isn't the end. This is the beginning. We might not have achieved what we wanted to this year, but we have this coming year, and we have a fresh start. We have a fresh slate, and we have all the lessons that we learned throughout this past year, these past 2 years, however long we have been on this journey of growth. It is an opportunity and a blessing, but we cannot take this for granted. One, be intentional, write a plan, right? How much weight do you want to gain or lose? Well, how do you want what's your health? You need to make goals and a plan for those goals. Next, be congruent. Don't lie to yourself, because it will show, it will pop up, and it is going to get uncomfortable. But if it does not align, it ultimately will be rooted out. Okay? If you really want this, you will not stop for anything. Even if a piece may fall off, right? Even if you stumble, for a week, you always can get right back up, but stay congruent, right? Don't lie to yourself. Do not go against yourself. You have to stay true. And this is the hard part. This was the hard part for me, and I'll tell you that. And I'm still on the journey of it. But do not go against your word, because you will trust yourself less. And that's not what you want. Stick to your guns and remain intentional. Have a plan, have goals on top of those plans, and just make it happen. Stay quiet, read a book, learn a new skill that you're not going to tell anybody about unless they know the skill or they're doing what you want to do. Then, okay, you got some wiggle room to talk to them. But outside of that, keep it to yourself. Don't tell anybody about your goals, and just quietly grind. And when I say grind, I don't mean grind yourself away. I mean work. hustle, get fit, figure out how to make money, aim for the dream life that you want to live because a lot of people gave up last year. And when I say gave up, I mean gave up completely. They're not going to try entrepreneurship again. They're not going to get up and aim for their dreams again. Some people gave up completely. But you're here because that's not you. And that's all I got to say about that. It's a new year. Be intentional, be congruent, be silent, and work hard. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.